I'm Carlos Reyes, and thanks for doing this, Michelle. I'm surprised also that Michelle is not reading. But it occurs to me that the last time I read in the browsing room, I think was 1971. That's 40 years. So I hope the ceiling doesn't fall in. I'm going to read a poem by Will Inman, who's from Arizona, but he actually started out in North Carolina, I believe, was in New York for a long time, and ended up in Tucson, and hence a Western poet. Very brief little poem by Will Inman, To Catch the Truth. Truth must be played with patience, fish at the end of the line. Play and ply, pull and let line out, then in, till bringing in the catch you find the hook set in your own jaws. I'm going to read a poem by my friend Rafael Jesus Gonzalez, who has been Western all the way. He started out in Juarez, El Paso, and taught up at Ellensburg, Washington, and then settled down at Laney College in Oakland and stayed there till he retired. And I like to read this as a kind of a return favor because apparently Rafael reads my poems in California at these kinds of things. So I'm going to read his poem. I'm going to read it first in Spanish, and I'll read it in English. A una anciana. Venga, madre, su rebozo arrastra telaraña negra, y sus enaguas le enreden los tobillos. Apoyo el peso de sus años en trémulo bastón, y en sus manos temblorosas empujan sobre el mostrador centavos sudados. Aún todavía ve, viejecita, la jara de su aguja arrastrando colores, las flores que borda con hilazas por 3 por 10 no se marchitan tan pronto como las hojas del tiempo. ¿Qué cosas recuerda? Su boca parece constantemente saborear los restos de los años rellenos de miel. ¿Dónde están los hijos que parió? ¿Hablan ahora solamente inglés? ¿Hablan solamente inglés y dicen que son hispanos? Sé que un día no vendrá a pedirme que le escoja los matices que ya no puede ver. Sé que esperé en vano su bendición desdentada. Miraré hacia la calle polvorienta, refrescada por alas de paloma, hasta que un chiquillo mugroso me jale de la manga y me pregunte, Señor, how much is this? To an old woman, come, mother, your rebozo trails a black web, and your hem catches on your heels. You lean the burden of your years on shaky cane, and palsied hand pushes sweat-grimed pennies on the counter. Can you still see, old woman, the darting color-trailed needle of your trade? The flowers you embroider with 3-for-a-dime threads cannot fade as quickly as the leaves of time. What things do you remember? Your mouth seems to be forever tasting the residue of nectar-hearted years. Where are the sons you bore? Do they speak English only now and say they're Spanish? One day I know you will not come and ask for me to pick the colors you can no longer see. I know I'll wait in vain for your toothless benediction. I looked into the dusty street made cool by pigeons' wings until a dirty child will nudge me and say, Señor, how much is this? I'm going to read the 2 poems that are in the anthology. I have to admit something to you. I never took this anthology serious at the beginning, and when he said something about sending some poems, I just sent off a couple of things and forgot about it. And when I began to realize what it was, I said, man, I missed my chance to really shine, and I just sort of blew it up. But I think these poems are okay. Anyway, This first one takes place on the loneliest highway in America. Is it Highway 20 that goes through Fallon, Nevada? The Old West. Halfway through the night, outside Fallon, Nevada, the Greyhound pulls to the shoulder, stops. In shadowy light, 2 deputies have come aboard. They handcuff a man, shuffle him from the bus into the squad car. They return. By now, I'm half awake, one says to the other as they start to open the suitcase in the rack above my head. Better not, Bob, till we get it off the bus. The suitcase slowly floats in the arms of the deputy down the aisle. Through the bus's windshield, the revolving red light disappears into the misty night of my dreams. And the other poem is called August Wind, and I wrote this in my backyard in Portland, Oregon, and after I wrote it, I said, maybe this poem is a lie. Did you ever sleep in a paper sleeping bag? Somebody asked me that the other day. And I thought about it and I said, yes, I did. In the Mount Hood National Forest on a forest fire. So it's not a lie. I thought maybe I was losing my grip. August Wind. The sudden northeast gust through the backyard hemlock becomes a breeze, not enough to disturb the thin waves of chalky clouds outside in the baby blue sky, but stirs lost memories of other Augusts. What comes before? Wind and trees. What comes after? Fire to hurricane force, whirlwinds that suck trees into the sky, fires that invent their own weather, clouds, reminding me of sleeping at night in a paper bag on the fire line, shivering in the cold in the updraft of the fire. Thanks.